Alright, I wanted to do a quick video on how to get seeds to germinate, the quick, easy way. So I've tried different methods. I've bought different seed starting trays and this and that, and tried them inside, outside, everything else. These little guys here are pretty cool. I bought these. I think there was like, let's see, there's 2 there and there's another 3 here, so there must have been 5 in a pack. It's like 20 bucks for these things. So what it comes with is your tray pack inside. Then there's a shelf here, and then there's a piece of felt that goes along there that goes down in the bottom. So the felt is always in the water, so you don't have to water these. You fill them up, and then it just stays watered. I have this in case they get a little bit dry or whatever once I turn the lights on. But basically, I'm in one of the closets in my bedroom. This is a storage shelf that I have in here, and I just put a heating pad on here. So this heating pad is from a heating pad that I bought for my cats that they hated. They didn't want to use it. And the reason I mentioned that it's for animals is that it's this is rubber. It's got a plastic coating on it, or rubber, whatever that is, rubberized coating. So that's waterproof. So obviously you want to make sure whatever you're going to use is waterproof. Now I know they sell other ones online that you can buy and everything else. But the cool thing about this is this guy over here. So this is a heating controller. If I can get it back up here, I just pulled it off. All right, so this is a heating controller. So what this does, you can set the temperature for whatever you want. If I want it to be 82 degrees or 84 degrees, it's done. So now you see this just kicked on and it's heating. So this will go until the temperature reaches 84 degrees. So that's the temperature of the soil. So the way it works is excuse me, I've got the heating pad plugged into here. This is the power outlet that goes to your wall. And then this is a cord that runs over here. And this has a temperature sensor on it that you put into the dirt. So when it reaches the temperature that you preset it at, then it turns off. And then when it drops down a couple of degrees below, like I think probably 2 or 3 degrees below whatever your temperature is, it'll kick back on. And it just maintains that temperature. So right now I'm going to turn that back down to 80 degrees because I don't want it that high. And set it. So in a minute it will shut off. Push the button and it tells you what it's set at. So that's 80. Alright, so these little lights are pretty cool. And the reason I was showing you these are, I'll show you what this one's. But they have a little LED light underneath them. It's pretty cool. The USB-C plugs into here, and then these just pop into the top of the container. But they have holes in the top, so you spin them so that the holes are closed to keep the moisture inside of here, so that these act as, you know, little miniature rainforest, self-watering, high humidity environment. So right now in here, the only thing I've got growing so far, these just came out today. Well, actually, they came out yesterday, but I forgot about them. So I just remembered to come over here and check them. Again, this is in my closet, so I don't, it's easy to forget about them. This is just a storage closet. So anyway, so right now I've got basil that are popping up. So what happens with these lights is they're okay, but they're not really enough light. So what happens is you end up getting leggy plants, meaning they start growing real tall and they end up being weak because they're not getting enough light. And so they're growing as fast as they can to get to the light, to a light source. So, that ended up not being enough. So I said, you know what? That's not a light. This isn't light. So I went over here and I busted out the big boy. And this thing has a ton of light, ton of lumens. So this thing works great. And the plants grow really well on it. They grow really fast. It's a ton of light compared to this little tiny light bulb, the LED that's in there. Let's see if I can show you that. This thing's just a massive light. It doesn't get hot. There's nothing, there's nothing going to catch on fire. You can touch it, no problem. It's, it's LED. So anyways, that's all. So the seeds germinate really fast. Like I was finding that, seeds that they were saying take 20 days to germinate were germinating within, half that time, 10 days. Getting stuff. I mean, like these basil seeds, I want to say they said something like 7 to 10 days to germinate, and they popped up in 2 days. So yeah. So anyways, just passing along a little information for those that want it.